Okay. Oh wait, that's changed my screen. Forgot about that because I played another game earlier today. And here we go. Done. Wait for it. There it is. Yeah. Okay. Just continue, right? Should just load it, I think. Right? This should do it. So it's my second playthrough. I have no idea what to expect from this. I think I should just load it. Let's just load it and see what happens.
Whenever
Oh, it starts here.
I interacted with Kaine, I was reminded about something from my past. Maybe my mind has been confusing her with my sister this whole time. Anyway.
Kaine's dreams discrimination. Okay. Oh, give me a second. Give me a second. The sound of rain filled the village. The steep cliffs that surrounded the area magnified the sound, without even the slightest drizzle to rattle like a thunderstorm. Then the wisps of smoke streamed from huts as the villagers huddled in their homes and waited out the rain. A single child, however, had braved the downpour and was now wandering slowly toward the wooden hawk-shaped weather vane at the center of town. The wanderer reached the vane, which had existed for as long as Annie could remember, and stared. The child's face was simultaneously delicate and fierce, like a teacup that had survived a shipwreck. Those traits combined with pale white skin to give the face an almost sexless what? An almost sexless quality? Why is that? If the beak turns east, I go home. If it stays west, and I... The child blinked really slow. Rain slowly dripped down the young one's short hair and began its long descent into the ground. Come on, come on. The child felt the breeze and watched its veins slowly creak to life. In this way and that for a moment, its sand settled with the beak pointing firmly towards the east. East? Really? When the vein could move again, a jagged rock came spinning and tumbling through the air, striking home against the child's head. The force of the blow dropped the child to the ground as a hail of stones began to fall around. Oh no, they found me. A heartbreaking smile crept across the child's face as the stones continued their assault. Through the rain, the sound of multiple footsteps grew louder before a voice rang out. What, you-hoo, Kaine? Voice belonged to Demo. Worst of all, the bullies... Wait, they throw rocks in their face? What the fuck's wrong with these people? In the alley. As Kaine struggled to stand, a final stone came skidding through the mud and bounced against her foot. Blood oozed from a cut above her eye and blurred her vision, but she could make out the shapes of Demo and his usual gang of idiots. The boy seemed taken aback for a moment by Kaine's seeming indifference to the blood dripping from her face, but quickly regained his bravado. What's up, freak? You like the rain? You like getting all wet? Or did you finally decide to run away from home? Though she knew it was futile, Kaine turned to leave. Before she could get more than a few steps, the other children scrambled to surround her, cruelty burning in their eyes. Kaine knew those were not the only eyes on her. The tormented parents watched from the safety of their homes. She was tuned to this sensation. It was one she had experienced many times before. While some villagers simply turned a blind eye to the actions of their children, many encouraged it openly. In a society ruled by superstition and fear, Kaine was something to be hated and if possible destroyed. I didn't say I could leave, freak. Demo's words chewed at her like a worm through an apple. He can't hurt me, she lied to herself. Be strong, be brave. He can't hurt me. He can't hurt me. He can't hurt. Oh look, the little freak is gonna cry. What's wrong? You said that everyone hates you and wants you dead? Kaine prayed for the rain to flood down and carry her away from the world that seemed to have no place for her. But if there were gods, they chose to ignore her. As Demo crept ever closer, the clouds began to thin and the rain slowed. Even the weather hates me. I'm useless. A failure. I wish Demo's rock had taken my head off. Kaine couldn't meet Demo's leering gaze. She lowered her eyes and stared at the muddy ground below. The bully moved forward until he was inches away. She could smell the scent of old meat on his breath. The boy grabbed Kanye's face with thick fingers and yanked it upwards. She tried to run away, but he forced her gaze back and jammed his thumb against her eyelid to pry it open. Show me. No. Did you just say no? Dimo grinned. What the fuck's that for a name? Dimo? Fucking asshole. That's a stupid ass name. Hello, Dimo. You don't say no to me. No one says no to me. Even taking his attention from Kanye, he called to his cohorts, "Come on, guys, let's give the freak what she deserves." As soon as Dimo finished, kicks and blows began to rain down upon Kanye. Then Dimo paused, still grinning as Kanye curled into a ball and tried to make the pain stop. I don't get you, freak. What you acting like a girl for, huh? Everyone knows that what you really are. Kanye ignored the question, choosing instead to stare at the weather vane. It continued to point east, as if supremely confident about the future it had chosen for her. Go home? Yeah, that's a funny joke for someone with dead parents and no home to go to. Freak, chanted the children. Freak, freak, freak. Kanye closed her... Those are assholes, wow. Kanye closed her eyes and listened to the rain, waiting for the pain to start again. As her clutching hands of the village children closed around her, she bent her mind to the sound of the rain, letting it become her world entire. The rain fell, but the pain never came. Sorry. Only when the laughter of her torment turned to terrified cries did she dare open a single blood-caked eye. Kanye was shocked to see Dimo, idiot name, sprawl on the ground, holding his head and screaming in pain. She could see blood welling from spaces between his fat, twisted fingers. Oh my god, he's crying. He's actually crying? Prior to the leaders, the other children glanced back and forth between themselves as if waiting for someone to step forward and take charge. What? When no savior emerged, they began an uneasy shuffle away from Kanye. But the young girl was the least of their concerns. Instead, their attention was wrapped on the ancient woman standing a few feet away. After struggling for breath for a moment, she finally spoke in a voice thick with rage. That's... Oh, so that's where she got her speech from. Okay, I get it now. It's like a bitch, don't it? Now I suggest you scatter before I throw another one. And if any of you little bastards touch my canyon again, I'll do far worse than throw a rock. You count on it. The old woman crouched down and gently touched the hand he was using to cover the wound. Before he could think to protest, she ground her palm into the wound and twisted back and forth. Ouch! Ah, that's painful. But deserved though. Ow, he screamed, leaping to his feet. Stop it, what are you doing? Quit whining. No one ever died from a scratch. Hit me with a rock, you stupid bitch. A big one. The thing could have killed me. The old woman shrugged. That is the best cure for stupid. I like her. Oh, that's so good. That is the best cure for stupid. That's, yep. Dimo's face twisted with rage at her words, locking his eyes on Kanye. He took a step backward and spat on the ground. Get out, leave this village. No one wants you here, either of you. Seeing the old woman grab another stone, Dimo and his companions turned tail and ran. As they fled, the old woman grabbed her side and barked out a single laugh. Ha! Look at the fat. Oh, it's so good! It's the best! Look at the fat boy go. I guess he's healthy enough to run from a fight. The woman's smile faded as she turned her attention to Kanye. Kneeling down, she moved her shawl and placed it around the young girl's shoulder. Then produced a cloth from the folds of her dress and began blotting out at the blood on her forehead. Oh, Kanye, she said, why didn't you fight back? You're stronger than that lot. The word of her grandmother stung Kanye and she turned away. Don't be nice to me, she said. I don't deserve it. Nothing matters anymore. The tears held in check for so long finally began to fall on the muddy ground below. Everyone hates me, they think. I cause bad things to happen. They think I'm a freak. I wish I was dead. As Kanye's tears turned to sobs, she felt her grandmother's hand on her shoulder. Despite her advanced age and diminutive size, she was a woman of surprising strength, and Kanye found herself unable to turn away. Don't talk to that girl. It's a river wide and deep that flows beneath the realm of this world, and the next it grants no mercy to any that attempt the crossing. You gotta do the fight until your last breath. Understand? The old woman tightened her grip and tried to still the tremor in her voice. You know the pain of losing someone close to you, Kanye. No, because you survived it. As the words hit home, Kanye was struck by the force of her love for the old woman. As a young child, she didn't even know of her grandmother, but when her parents died, the woman quickly accepted her as her own. Grandma, as Kanye called her, was cunning, vulgar, and quick to violence. And their first few years together had not been easy, but with each year that passed, Kanye and her grandmother had grown closer. However, it was only now sitting in the mud with tears and blood caking her face that Kenny truly understood the depth of her affection. There was a woman who had seen hard times, who had seen death, who had fought through all these things and saw her emerge on the other side. If anyone could understand Kenny's pain and loneliness, it was her. Do I make you sick, Grandma? Of course not, don't be an ass. Kenny drew her grandmother's moth-eaten shawl around her body and shuddered. But my body, it's not normal. If I was normal, then Mom and Dad wouldn't. Hush, interrupted Grandma. I'll hear another word of this nonsense. You're my granddaughter and I love you, and if folks have a problem with that, they can just go to hell. With that, the old woman reached out and placed a wreath of dried flowers in Kenny's hair. The skill it took to bend the flowers without breaking the stems or losing a single petal was remarkable, and the beauty of it made Kenny want to cry all over again. Oh my gosh, these are lunar tears? Grandma, you made this for me? Lunar tears were legendary flowers. Most people could live their entire lives without ever seeing one, and yet her grandmother had someone collected a dozen or more. Kenny reached up and touched the wreath as if she couldn't believe it was real. Where'd you find these? Just stumbled on them while I was doing the shopping. The old woman turned away as she spoke, leading Kenny to suspect that the shirt had been more difficult than she was letting on. The pains she took to construct the ornament, let alone track down the flowers used in its construction, made Kenny's heart hurt. She reached up and gently adjusted the wreath, admiring the way it fell between her fingers. Didn't quite turn out right, said her grandmother as she squinted at it. These old hands have trouble with delicate work, but it sure looks good on a pretty girl like you. Kenny blushed and turned away. You think I'm pretty? Of course you are, what a fool thing to say. Thank you, Grandma. Her grandmother smiled. It'll be fine, you and me, she said. As long as we got each other, we'll just be fine. Kenny took her grandmother's hand in hers, and the two of them struggled to their feet. As they began the long walk home, Kenny gripped the hand with all her might as if trying to stop smoke from drifting away on the winds. The rain had stopped. Kenny stood beneath the weather vane, watching it spin in lazy circles, no longer caring about the direction it faced when it stopped. I don't need to escape, I have a home now. Grandma loves me and that's enough. Even if it's us against the world. Kenny let her gaze drift up past the vane and in the cloudy sky. The last faint hints of a rainbow were slowly fading. As she turned and headed for home, the light scattered into a million particles and vanished, seemingly taken away on the breeze. Kenny's dreams, daily life. In the distance, Kenny heard the steady sound of an axe striking wood. The noise had a purposeful quality to it, as if she was hearing a massive woodsman go about his work. Fire being produced to her, however, was far from a work of art as could be. Pieces of every shape and size were being flung about a barren yard with wild abandon. Anyone tried to stack such wood would probably die of frustration before the job was through. Stupid piece of shit axe! Kenny's grandmother fell away with the axe, filling the air with both splinters of wood and words that would make the most hardened sailor blush. Grandma called Kenny. That's you, Kenny? Yelled the old man, taking her eyes at the wood for a moment. Don't get too close, I might take a goddamn food off by mistake. She brought the axe down on a piece of wood, sending chips flying in every direction. One spun past Kenny enough for her to hear the whistle, at which point she decided to step back. Once she'd scuttled to a safe distance, she cupped her ears around her mouth and shouted, Grandma! You need help? I get you water or lunch or a new axe or something. The axe poised to strike another wobbly blow past him in there. The old woman considered her grandmother's offer for a moment, then smiled. Tell you what, since I'm doing such a peaceful job of chopping, why don't you come here and take over so I can go get water? Shades have been restless lately, and I don't want you to running into one of them bastards. Relinquishing the axe, her grandmother picked up a long pole with a wooden bucket on either ends. Getting water was by far the most difficult of the two jobs, but Kenny knew better than to complain. Once Grandma's mind was set, there was no changing it. Kenny did her best to help with chores, but Grandma took every task that required travel to the village. Though she had a long list of plausible excuses, Dinah knew the real reason. She didn't want her granddaughter to be taunted and harassed by the villagers. Once Kenny moved in, Grandma decided to take up residence a good distance from the area. Out of sight, out of mind seemed to be the best policy when it came to the villagers and her granddaughter, and rare were the days when but the two of them could be found on a rocky acre of land they called home. Kenny enjoyed the solitude, but harbored a secret resentment for that her grandmother was forced to spend her golden years in such a place. After watching her grandmother leave, Kenny turned her attention to the task at hand. She had never chopped wood before in her life, and soon discovered why the old woman hated to chore. Swing after swing of the axe produced only a tiny crack in the wood, and when she finally managed to connect with a solid stroke, the tool embedded itself in the log and refused to budge. Frustrated, Kenny swung her axe around her head and threw it, logging all across the yard. Damn it, crap. He suddenly understood the joy her grandmother felt in good curse. Happy now, she picked up the axe, forced it from the wood, and resumed chopping. She had a natural skill with the blade, but the task was challenging and blisters soon began to form in her small pink hands. This is tough, and my locks were all weird sizes. Splinting on her arms, her palms, and ignoring the pain, Candy redoubled her efforts. Just as she was developing a rhythm, Grandma returned to the village. Setting down her buckets with small size, she took one look at the logs and coughed at a wheezy laugh. Pretty clumsy, girl. You better practice if you... Her grandmother suddenly collapsed to her knees, causing one of the buckets to wobble precariously. Eyes wide, Candy dropped the axe and ran to her grandmother's side. Grandma! The old woman shook her head and pointed in trembling fingers at the bucket. Get the bucket, can't let it spill. Steadied the bucket with a foot as she knelt down by her grandmother. A small bit of water sloshed over the side and made a new home in hem of her dress, but Candy didn't notice. Grandma, what's happening? Wasted panic grabbed her grandmother by the shoulder and shook. After a moment, the woman lifted her arms and batted Candy away. Stop, just stop, she cried, breathing heavily. You didn't like I'm dying. Just tired from the trip is all. Candy just desperately wanted to believe her, but one look at the old woman's shaking, handsome, worn face told her more than words ever could. Her grandmother had lived a long, hard life, and it seemed the bill was finally coming due. The time when her grandmother watched over Candy was ending. Sooner than either of them had feared, the positions would be reversed. Next morning, Candy came to the side of her grandmother's bed and took her wrinkled hand. Grandma, you're sick and you need medicine. I'm going to the village. The old woman shook her head and tried to rise, but Candy gently pushed her down. It's alright, she said. I'll be fine. Her grandmother fixed her with a gaze that could melt steel. But after what seemed an eternity, she finally lowered her eyes and sighed. Well, I don't like it, damn it, but I guess I should quit being so stubborn and let you grow up. The old woman watched as Candy strapped on her boots and made her way down the road to the village. Hours later, as an unseen sun made its way across the dark and rainy sky, she was still watching. Candy moved at a brisk pace, checking her pockets every few minutes to make sure the money her grandmother gave her was still there. Every noise caused her to spin on her heels, making sure she wasn't being stalked by a shade or worse, Demo and his gang. But she encountered neither tormentors nor shades, and Candy finally found herself at the entrance of the village. A few adults she could see glanced sideways at her, then muttered each other behind raised hands before slinking away into the shadows. Her heart racing, Candy took a series of rapid, shallow breaths and tries to calm herself. Pull myself, I have to help Grandma. I have to be strong. She chanted these words to herself over and over as she slowly made her way. Finally, her eyes settled on a rotund older woman was angrily waving her arms in the air and telling anyone would listen exactly. Wait, what? Was angrily waving her arms in the air and telling anyone would listen exactly what she thought of Candy's presence. Hey, lady, said Candy with bravado she did not feel. Where's the apothecary? The woman's flabby cheeks shook in bewildered anger. How dare this thing speak to me? They seemed to say, but Candy saw that her eyes held a different emotion, fear. Yeah, we're scared, lady, trust me on this one. Which way? Candy repeated. The woman pointed at a small building to her right before hitching up her dress and stumbling up in the other direction. Candy cringed, expecting a stone to come flying from the assembled crowd, but none came. Her mind was filled with a strange sense of pride as she made her way to the... How do you even store stones on like that wooden platforms? But the new emotion had a little time to take root for her. As soon as she opened the door, she noticed a familiar customer at the counter. It was Demo. He'd clearly sent her on some kind of family errand because his gang of followers was nowhere to be found. Oh, Mike, he sputtered. I mean, what are you doing here, freak? The insult was delivered without force, and Candy happily ignored him, stretching on tiptoes to see over the counters, and he asked the shopkeep for the medication. Ha, barked Demo. The old bitch finally killed over? Go to hell, Demo. The boy's argued so wide he seemed ready to follow his, but before he could fly a comeback or worse, a punch, the apothecary told him to knock it off before he kicked him out of the store. Demo slunk out of the shop, cursing Candy under his bed. Once he was gone, she allowed herself to breathe once more, taking a brief tour of the shop while the owner prepared her medication. Countless tiny bottles filled to cramped store, each with a label written in some indecipherable language. The notion of aromas assaulted her nose, creating a scent that was erotic but not altogether unpleasant. Seeing such a variety of supplies gave Candy a sense of peace. Surely in a world so vast there would be a place she could call home. On the far wall behind the counter rested a portrait of a stunning young girl. The picture had once contained bright, vibrant colors, but Time had worked its cruel magic and they were beginning to fade. The beauty of the work, however, remained undiminished. You like that picture? Kenny turned to find the apothecary with a small vial of medicine in his hands. His eyes were gentle but sad. He seemed to stare through her and nothing as he spoke. That's my daughter. I sketched it when she was just a little girl. She's been dead a long time now. Kenny didn't know how to respond. She just stared at the portrait and tried to come up with the right words. Pictures are wonderful things, continued the shopkeep. They let the ones closest to you live on forever. He shook his head slightly and looked down at Kenny and smiled, handing over the medicine. He reached into his sizable green apron and produced a handful of old wax crayons. You could have these. There's no one left that I wish to drown. Kenny took an instinctive step back, causing the shopkeeper's face to darken. Yes, I've heard the rumors about you, he said. It's a small village, and word travels quickly. Between you and me, I'm not sure which of them I believe, but also I don't think they matter much. I know your grandmother Kali, and I think the way she was driven out of this town is just deplorable. Grandmother's name is Kali? Thought Kenny said only. She was still mulling this new fact over in her mind as she reached out and gently took the crayons from the apothecary's hands. Your grandmother is an old friend of mine, he said as Kenny scooted away yet again, and I owe her much. I wager she would like it if you drew a picture of her. Yes, I think she would like that very much. Kenny remembered a quiet agreement, but inside her heart she was bursting. Never before had a villager treated her with complete contempt. It was a tiny, almost imperceptible step. It was a step nonetheless, and with enough tiny steps she might one day discover the rest of the world. When Kenny returned home, she found her grandmother asleep in a bed. Her feet were blackened and raw, even bleeding a bit in places. Leading Kenny to think that she had been pacing around the room until exhaustion finally caught up with her. She placed the medicine by her grandmother's pillow and turned to leave, but found the old woman's hands clasped around her arm. Back already, are you? Asked grandmother with a yawn. Come here, let me have a look at you. Grandma stood up and examined Kenny from head to toe. Finally satisfied that nothing terrible had befallen her grandchild, she leaned back and allowed herself to relax. Well, how was it? Those bastards give you any trouble? It's kind of fun, said Kenny with a small smile. No, seriously, it was. Fun, eh? Asked her grandmother in a voice which implied she believed anything but. Uh-huh. So anytime you need me to run around, just let me know. As she spoke, Kenny removed the crayons from her pocket. After a brief explanation of their source, she informed her grandmother that she was going to sketch her portrait. Excuse me? A portrait of me? Ridiculous. No one wants to stare at a wrinkled old crone. But Grandma, I'll make you live forever. Horseshit, said her grandmother, throwing back the sheet from her bed. Living forever would just piss me off. Now put the crayons away and help with dinner. But Kenny would not relent, and in the end Grandma found herself leaning against the wall of her house as if posing for a master artist. Kenny took up the crayons, eyed her subject carefully, and set to work. Just as her grandmother was about to nod off, Kenny finished the piece after staring at it for a bit. She released it from her grip and let it slowly drift to the floor. It's terrible, it doesn't look good, like you at all. I'm sorry, Grandma. Thought these crayons would, make drawing easier or something. The old woman's eyes narrowed at her granddaughter's disappointment. Let me be the judge of that, she said, ignoring the pain in her back and reached for the paper. The sketch could have been a person's face. It also could have been a boulder, a lump of clay, or an incredible misshapen loaf of bread, all rendered in a chaotic array of colors. The old woman stared at the picture for a long time, then slowly wheezed out a laugh. Okay, and she said between laughter, you truly are my blood. You're as clumsy as me, and I love it. But hush, I won't hear any more bull about how you think it is. It came from the heart, and I'll treasure it always. True to her word, the old woman gave the picture a place of honor above the kitchen table. In the days that followed, Kenny would often catch her staring at the portrait with a strange smile on her face, and an action she interpreted as silent, mocking laughter. A week later, Kenny could stand it no more and asking grandmother to take the artwork down. Bosh, said the old woman. I'll take this down when you roll me my shroud. She pondered this for a bit, then turned Kenny and dropped to one knee. Mrs. McGarrel, seeing this picture makes me happy in a way I've never felt before, and it makes me want to go on, so that someday I can feel the same happiness. It was a moment that burned itself into Kenny's memory, a perfect blend of pride and love and joy that came together to form a lifelong remembrance. He swore to never forget this moment, to never forget the old woman who had made her place in the world possible. Time moves on, people and memories move in and out of life, like ghosts passing through a hall. But this moment will be different, Kenny swore, because I will remember it forever. Forever. Kenny's dreams, separation. Ah, it's more. Some more. Kinda listened to the sound of crackling firewood and stared at the black object on her plate. She'd been pushing it around the wooden disc for a good 10 minutes, ignoring the bemused stare of her grandmother. Finally, she summoned her courage and gave the object a brief sniff. A sharp bitter scent flew over her nostrils and made it home. There. It's home there. Her face to twist with disgust. Grandma, I can't believe you want me to eat a bug. The old woman threw some more wood into the cooking pot and snorted. It's not bug, you fool girl. It's a berry. Why the hell would I be feeding you bugs? Yeah, well, it sure looks like a bug, said Kiney, and I think it's burned or something, because it smells terrible. With that, Kiney held her nose and threw the berry in her mouth, chewing as little as possible. Oh yeah, that's terrible, alright. Why, you little brat, laughed the old woman. Look at the sass in you. You've been spending too much time with me, and that's a fact. The afternoons had passed since the moment when Kiney's grandmother saved her from the bullies. It's often the way with stern people. Their relationship had grown in fits and starts, but moved forward all the same. Meals that used to be somber affairs were now filled with laughter. And wait, how many years passed? Hurled abuse in equal measure. Kiney could not remember a time when she had been happier. As the years went by, Kiney started to shoulder more and more of the daily responsibilities. Her grandmother's legs grew weaker by the day, and she could no longer do many of the chores she used to take for granted. And so this morning found Kiney lacing up her work boots with a breakfast of burnt berry rolling through her belly. Where are you going today? Asked Grandma suddenly. Kiney looked up in surprise. The old woman rarely asked for specifics anymore. I was gonna check out the kelma trees and see if they were ripe. Thought we could make some jam or something. Oh, and we can pick up some flagstones, so I need to take the wheelbarrow. Flagstones? What in the hell for? Kiney stared at her grandmother and then held out an arms fit and ran to her home, constructed most of cloth, rope, and rubble. The old place sagged like a boxer in the final round. Grandma, a dying cat could chew through this house. I'm going to build a stone wall so we have some protection. The old woman laughed, exposing her toothless grin to the world. Goddamn girl, if a bunch of thieves wants to ransack this old place, let them come. We got nothing worth stealing anyway. I'm not worried about thieves, I'm worried about shades. Bill saw one west of the village yesterday. The old woman tilted her head and stared at her grandmother. Granddaughter, well shoot, I don't know why I have to do it today. We can worry about it some other. Grandma, no. If I don't go, the Calmatines we won't eat tonight, you know that. A confused expression passed across the old woman's face, and for a moment she was a small child lost at a carnival. Yes, she said after a bit. Yes, of course, right. I'm sorry, Kiney. Lady, it seems my mind is... She didn't finish the thought, instead walking over to the nightstand and gently taking a wreath of lunar from the drawer. The flowers' petals had aged to a brilliant whiteness, and Kiney thought it was more beautiful now than the day she first received it. Gonna be a true woman soon, Grandma said as she placed the flowers in the girl's hair. So that means less chatter about shades and building defensive walls, more talk about how beautiful you've become. I know it Kiney reached up to remove the garland, but the look on the grandmother's face stopped her hand. You're beautiful things, said the old woman, and there ain't another like you in all the world. I'm very proud of you. Okay, Grandma, that's enough goddamn compliments for one day. Such a mouth on you, where did that come from? Gee, I wonder. I'll teach you to sass me, girl, yelled Grandma. Suddenly she rushed forward and grabbed Kiney by the ear, pulling her around the room with a crazed grin on her face. Grandma, yelled Kiney in a quaking voice. Grandma, stop it, what the hell? Wait, what? What's going on? The old woman stared at her and blinked and slowly held her wrinkled hands out as if it was the first time she had ever seen them. Oh, I don't know what happened here. I'm sorry, girl. Sometimes my mind just... Kiney thought the look in her face was the most heartbreaking thing she had ever seen. Listen, she began. Maybe I should stay home after all. No, I'd have to stay here to keep an eye on an old codger like me. You go get your fruit and your wall and whatnot. I'll be fine. And when you come back, I'll have a nice grasshopper dinner waiting for you. Kiney rolled her eyes and then kissed her grandmother on the forehead and made ready to depart, trying desperately to ignore the worry that was gnawing at the walls of her heart. Kiney could feel the old woman's eyes watching her as she moved down the path. Don't turn around, she told herself, but in the end, the danger was too great. She spun on her heel for one final look and saw a small, bent woman standing in front of a ramshackle hut with a sad expression on her face. God, she looks old now. It's like the wind could reach down and just carry her away. Kiney worried about her grandmother all day, causing her to work to suffer. What little food she could collect was tossed carelessly into the wheelbarrow, and she only found a couple of stones before losing interest in the project. Finally, as dusk approached, she decided to call it a day. Cursing herself for the lack of focus, Kiney pushed the nearly empty wheelbarrow back down the path. Now that's not going to be happy, I know what's going to happen. As she crested the final hill, she suddenly froze in place. The wheelbarrow fell from her fingers and she collapsed on the side, sending a few pieces of wrinkled, brown fruit rolling back down the hill. Her gaze was transfixed by a thick black cloud that hovered just ahead. Tracing its path with a finger, Kenny suddenly felt her stomach. Oh. Okay, I think what happened. I know what happened to the grandmother. I don't think she just died. I think the shade. No, maybe not. I don't know. Felt her stomach nodding on itself. No, oh god, no. The grandmother house was ablaze. The flames licking up as if trying to touch the sky itself. Grandma! Kenny ran in, faster than she had ever moved in her life. Once she tripped on a stone, went sprawling into the rocky ground, but she leaped to her feet and continued running, unmindful of the blood that spilled from her wounded hands and knees. As she got closer and closer, Kenny's mind began to race in time with her footfalls. It's too dark. It's too dark. Not just fire. Can't be fire. Too much smoke. Gotta save her. She burst into the front yard and came to a sudden halt, her worst suspicion confirmed. Smoke from the forest mingling with the thick inky blackness of an enormous shade. The massive creature supported itself on three twisted feet and achieved balance through means of a large armored tail. Scales, horns, and claws sprouted from its body in a random chaotic pattern, giving it the appearance of a lizard designed by some insane god. Seeing Kenny, it let out a roar and flicked its tail, sending small whirlwinds spinning around the yard. For a moment, the creature retreated into a shimmering, inky blackness as if her mind was unable to comprehend that such a thing could actually exist. But then the smell hit her, a blend of rotted meat and excrement, and the horror became real once more. The creature bellowed again, and this time Kenny responded with a scream of her own. Alright, you bastard, she thought as her scream echoed over the high cliffs around them. It's you or me, let's go! Shade-eyed Kenny with bemused interest, then it began looking from her to the house and back again, as if urging her to take a look at the destruction it had so gleefully wrought. With a dread building in her heart, Kenny glanced towards the house. Through the smoke and flames she spotted a small figure struggling to escape the ruins. Grandma! Sound of her voice, the old man began to waving frantically. She's alive! Thought Kenny, alive! Kenny's legs sprang to life as she raced across the yard and towards the flaming wreckage of the house. Before she could advance more than a few steps, the shade opened its mouth and let out a roar powerful enough to uproot trees and send them flying. The blast sent Kenny tumbling through the air before smashing her against the rocky earth. Stars danced in front of her eyes as she tried to remember how her legs worked. Get up! Get up! Get up now! As Kenny struggled to her feet, the shade stumped towards the house and pinned her grandmother to the ground with the tip of a claw. The old woman struggled to move the claw from her stomach, but she might well have been pushing a mountain. She cut briefly, sending a small spray of blood into the air, then collapsed to the ground, her energy spent. Kenny lurched to her feet only to fall back to earth with a grasp. Her ankles were on fire, one or both of them were sorely broken. Ignoring the pain that screamed through her body, she began dragging herself across the ground, leaving a drunken trail of dust and blood in her wake. Grandma, hold on. Just a little longer. Her grandmother's face was turning blue, her eyes rolling back until only the whites were exposed. Kenny pulled herself across the ground with a maddening slowness, the distance seeming to increase with every second that passed. The shade glanced between the two women and flicked out its tongue, its giant tongue turning up at the corners. Giant mouth turning up at the corners. Short, panting breaths belched from somewhere deep inside its core. Bastards laughing at us. She had no idea how such a mindless creature could experience emotion, but there could be no doubt the shade was taking joy in their suffering. Yeah, I see your plan. Shade moved its clown slightly, allowing Grandma to breathe again. It was clearly keeping her alive, only to snuff out alive when Kano was close enough to touch her. I'm gonna kill this bastard. Summoning all her strength, kinda rose to her feet. There was a sickening snap from a right angle as the foot twisted backwards, but she forced it from her mind and began to hobble toward the monster. Pulling a small knife in the pocket at her waist, she leapt on the foot that pinned her grandmother and plunged the weapon deep. Give her back, she screamed. Give her back to me. It was like stabbing a rock. A few swipes, the knife broke at the hilt with a dull snap. Shade panted laughter again, then raised its tail and sent it rushing through the air towards the young girl that was latched to its foot. Kenny never had a chance. The tail struck her square in the chest and sent her crashing into the burning wreckage of the home. As she lay on the ground with blood pouring from multiple wounds, a small weak voice spoke up. Kenny? Kenny's vision blurred, but she forced herself to focus on the sound. Finally, her ears cleared enough for her to make her grandmother's hand reaching out to her through the smoke. Grandma? Kenny, you gotta run. You can't pass this one. Kenny grabbed the hands and held them with all her strength. Grandma, come on, we have to go. The young woman coughed loudly. One of her hands, slick with blood, slipped from Kanye's grasp and thumped to the ground below. Grandma, no, no! I said running, goddammit. You have to live. You have to get through. The thought would stay forever unfinished. Before she could say another word, Shade's clawed foot descended, smashing through the remains of the roof, down upon the shadowed figure of the old woman. Blood oozed from gaps in the reach's toes as a terrible putrid smell assaulted Kanye's nose once again. She sat at the foot dumbfounded, convinced that what she was seeing could not possibly be real. When the creature finally lifted its appendage, all that remained underneath was a twisted, unrecognizable mass of rubble and red. Her grandmother was gone. Kanye blinked, trying to feel the hand which had been in hers just a moment before. For a fleeting instant, she could remember the warmth of that embrace, the trembling of the fingers, but then the sensation drifted away, and the breeze was gone. Memories flashed through Kanye's mind, one after the other, faster and faster until there became a meaningless jangle of noise. Kanye screamed then, a thunderous sound that echoed off the cliffs and seemed to roll away forever. The shade eased forward, black ichor pouring from its mouth and dissolving into smoke on the ground below. The earth shook with every step as it crept towards the spray. Kanye's body slowly rose as if controlled by a mad puppeteer. Her arms and legs were bent at impossible angles, her head lolled dangerously to the side, yet somehow she managed to stand. Staring at the shade, her eyes began to glow with a deep red fire. The creature, so confident just a moment before, took a slow, hesitant step backwards, trying to discern if this broken human could possibly pose a threat. Kanye seized the moment, laughing like a madwoman, slipped into the hair and plunged the shadowed hilt of her knife deep into the leg of the shade. The shade shook kind of like a fly, sending her crashing to the earth once again. Her chest rose and fell slowly as if great weights were raising on it. Most sounds of pain echoed through her mind. Something warm and thick oozed from her ears. Is that blood? I think it is. Think I'm bleeding to death. No, can't die. Grandma told me to live. Deep inside Kanye's mind, something finally broke. The sound, the pain, the smoke, and the flames all would fade away until all that remained was a single incantation, repeated over and over again. Kill it! 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 Yeah, not really. Lots of kill it! Kill it now! At the spark that was Kanye slowly began to flicker and die. She felt her desire to kill and her desire to live blend into one. This distance between heartbeats grew longer and longer and longer. Nope, that was it. Oh, give me a sec. I am back. I have returned! My mouth was getting quite dry because of that. Whole hour of fucking reading.
The beast approaches.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
No.
I forgot about that one.
Anger this creature must have. How did it even survive these past 5 years?
I'm not gonna let this happen again. It dies today. My sword feels lighter.
It's not the blade, but the skill of the user. Strike it down.
Got him! Come on, dude, go down. That was easy enough. Well, yeah, I'm over leveled as fuck because, yeah. And you did. More reading. Okay. Gently, weakly, softly, the shade sure that its tormentor was dead, turned and stumped off toward the horizon, stopping along the way to break one final roar. Couldn't kill it. Shame beyond imagining, Gaine tried to turn her head to the side, but only succeeded in coughing up a huge gouge of blood. It was getting difficult to see, and only after a moment of fierce concentration did she realize that her left eye was gone. Laughing to herself, she turned her remaining eye to the ruins of her home, and noticed the wrecked stump of her arm resting a few feet away. Yeah, that's mine, she thought automatically. This is gonna make clapping a real bitch. Ha, cried a sudden voice from the depth of mind. Finally gonna die, are you? Well, you had it coming. Go to hell, Demo, she thought at the insane assailant. Go to hell before I pluck out your eyes and feed into a dog. The voice of her childhood terror evaporated in the smoke, only to be replaced by another, more recent voice. Hold still, said the apothecary, materializing from the ruins like a ghost. I want to draw you, that way you can live forever. No, stop. Don't want to live forever. Want to die right here. I see, he said quietly. Well, if that's what you want. The spectral shopkeeper fluttered in and out of existence for a moment, then produced a piece of paper and sketched quickly. After a few seconds, he turned the page to Kaine and smiled. Since you rejected my offer, I decided to draw someone else. It was a picture of a grandmother, real as life. Kaine opened her mouth to thank the man, who stopped as the picture began to blacken indigo. Before she could say anything, dozens of multi-legged insects began to swarm across the image, staring at it with the sharpening pincers. Stop! No, don't hurt that picture! Kaine reached out with the remaining arm and waved futilely at the air. To her surprise, the insects fell out of the picture and to the ground below, where they vanished into tiny black tendrils of smoke. Relieved, Kaine turned her good eye back to the picture, only to open her mouth in a silent scream. The sketch now showed her grandmother, as she truly was, a smashed, unrecognizable lump of nothing. The apothecary smiled and then broke into a jolly dance. See that? He cried as he danced his jig. It's perfect now. She looks just like you. Ha ha ha, cha cha cha. I look like that? Oh god, thank god, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. Drowning in despair, Kaine let her head back in the mud and smoke over her ruined house and waited for the end to come. But just before she let everything go, an unfamiliar voice began whispering in her ear. Ain't you got a wish, sunshine? The voice was vulgar and fierce at the same time. As if insanity had somehow found a way to take form, Kaine wanted to scream as his voice squalled under her skin, but her lungs refused to work. You know a wish? Like a prayer or something? Why don't you get on your knees and start praying to heaven? Please, invisible man in the sky, save me, save me! Yeah! Kaine resorted to shouting at the voice with her mind. Don't make wishes, they don't come true for me. I'm a curse, a freak. Should be left to die. The other voice boomed in her ears. Bah! Oh god, you are the best. Kaine glanced down and saw a black shiny substance oozing from her legs. She tried to brush it away, but her remaining arm could no longer respond. The substance slowly crept around her feet and then began to move up towards the rest of her body. Is this that? Is this what it's like? Or is my mind just losing itself? You could feel the slimy ooze upward, feel the hot searing pain it left in its wake. Whatever else might be happening, she was still alive and it was real. Go on, said the voice, let it go. Kaine tried to ignore the voice and concentrated on the pain, but the newcomer would have none of it. Don't ignore me, sunshine. You're ready to give up? Ready to die? So why not let me have it? Have what? Your body, come on, give it to me, give it to me. I want to stand on the ground, feel the rain, taste the wind. The voice paused as if it's licking its lips. And it resumed, it was filled with mad and unabated joy. Now take your hands and use them to choke the godlamp life out of people. I want to tear it out their throats and bathe in the blood just like before. In response, Kaine shifted her head and vomited. The warmth of it crept down her front and mingled with the pain of the enraged black ooze. There was shade? Yeah, maybe. What of it? Slime reached her face, crept past her nose, and slowly oozed into the socket of her missing eye. The moment he touched her brain, Kaine was struck with the most powerful sensation she'd ever felt in her life. It was ecstasy. She went to scream with delight, but all she could manage was a small whispered moan. Feels good, doesn't it? Asked the voice with a chuckle. Yeah, what can I say? I know how to please the ladies. Oh, okay, so the shades that tried to take from her body's dude. Clearly, I guess. Now give me that body. Come on, give me that body, and I'll give you more of this feeling. It's a fair trade. A black lump began to protrude from Kaine's side as she watched it grow longer and thicker, eventually taking the form of her missing arm. I can see better, she thought. My eyes must be growing back too. The slime reached up to envelop the rest of her face, but she managed to burst it away. Stop, she whispered, marveling at how she had regained her voice. Is it the shade or is it the gestalt? I think it's the gestalt because he said like might be. Because, yeah, she whispered, marveling at how she had regained her voice. Stop! The black ooze instated as if considering this request and quickly shimmered down her body before disappearing in a cloud of smoke. Ah, what the hell, Sunshine? Screamed the voice. We had a deal! That you wanted to die! Grandma said I can't die yet. A brief image of her grandmother, bloodied and broken, flashed before her eyes. She saw the shade that had killed her and heard its mocking laughter, then closed her eyes and forced the image from her mind. Her whole body was quaking with rage. When she opened her eyes again, they burned white red. Think of my grandmother. Have to kill before I die. Kenny glanced down and saw a mysterious pattern. The pattern of shades burned itself into her left arm. Well, I'll be damned, and said a voice cheerfully. Look at that, Sunshine. I think you and me are gonna be good friends now. Kenny stared intently at her arm. The more emotional she felt, the more the leather seemed ready to puncture her skin and begin infecting the rest of her body. The arm clearly had a will of its own now. Stop, gotta stop. Holding her left arm in her right, Kenny took a deep breath and tried to calm herself. Come on, don't fight it, please, pleaded the voice. Hate's my favorite dish and I'm hungry. Let it go, feel the anger, burn with the fire of revenge. Thirst for blood, then go out there and... Shut up, get the hell out of my body. Your body? Oh, that's weak, Sunshine, real witch. Look, why don't you just up and die so I can have this body all to myself? What do you say? I bet this buddies of yours in the air, we would love to see her dead. Kenny grabbed a nearby shard of glass and tried to solve the shade-infected portion of her side. Before she could, her hardened left arm grabbed her right wrist, crushing it. Kenny screamed and dropped the shard as the sound of bone crunching on bone filled the air. Haha, stupid idiot girl, you're possessed now, Sunshine, and there ain't no going back. The voice laughed again, a loud long wail that seemed to go on without end. Possessed, whispered Kenny? Yeah, possessed, you and me. We got what you might call a timeshare arrangement. Remember how folks used to think you were a freak? Well, wait till they get a load of you now. Kenny looked up and tears in her eyes. The sky seemed smaller, somehow darker. Is it because of that shade? Is this how they see the world? So, listen, Pure voice. I know this whole position thing seemed a bit sudden, but it ain't all that bad. There's plenty in it for you, too. I'm a very powerful creature, Sunshine, and now that power belongs to you. You got enemies? People you want to kill? I can make it happen. That little fat kid who kept picking you, that big old shade that squashed your granny while wrapping them up in their own assholes. No more abuse for you, Sunshine, no more pain. Wait, said Kenny, you're a shade. Why would you help me kill another shade? What, you think I'm some kind of racist? Some kill and snap? I think if a good gun I'm with your murder, honey pants. I just want to drink from the well. Kenny considered this as she struggled to her feet, the power of shade coursing through her. Smoke from her house was drifting away with the wind, and she enjoyed the way the cool evening breeze felt on her new left arm. After a long pause, the voice spoke up again. So, how about you and me? We could have some good times together. Look, I'll even take care of the bloody part if you don't want to. Fuck off, assholes. Asshole muttered Kenny. I'll handle the killing. The voice. Look at you, oh, Sunshine. We're gonna have so much fun. Listen, my name's Tyron. If you ever need me, I'll just be hanging on this piece of meat you call a heart. Now get to it. The more you kill, the more your heart turns rotten and sour, and I like rotten and sour. Kenny found herself nodding at the voice. Yeah, she said, yeah, I think this can work. I'm gonna find that chain and I'm gonna strangle it with its own guts. And when I'm done, I'm gonna do the same to you, Tyron. Count on it. Laughed Tyron. I've shit bigger than you, so good luck with that. Oh, and hey, one more thing right now. You and me are sharing this body, but if you ever run out of hate, if you ever, go soft, I'm gonna take over everything. Keep on killing, Sunshine, and watch your back. The voice grew fainter and gradually faded away, fading to somewhere deep inside Kenny herself. Kenny waited until she was sure the voice was gone, then waved her new left arm around a few times. It feels perfectly normal, she thought. It feels like mine. Desperately, she began poking and prodding at the new limb, determined to find something wrong with it. She didn't want it to feel normal. She didn't want to... Oh, that would mean the creature inside her had already won. Another shade, I'm Kenny. Repeating this mantra in her mind, she slowly began digging through the rubble of her house, being careful to ignore a certain red-stained spot in the corner. Finally, after what seemed like an eternity of hard-working work, she found what she was looking for. It was a wreath of lunar tears. So it had been through hell and back. The garland's petals were as bright as ever. Kenny started to place it in her hair, then slowly lowered the wreath instead of it. I'm sorry, Grandma, I'm so sorry, but I don't deserve to wear this anymore. I'm possessed, corrupted, a freak. And this time I don't think there's any going back. Sorry. Holding the flowers to her heart, Kenny felt the ground and sobbed. As the night gradually lightened to dawn and people in the air arose to their daily lives, she remained in that position as if she just could somehow wash away the horror that now infected her world.
Alive. Stay alive. Stay alive!
Grandma.
Boo.
Kaine, you gotta live! You gotta come back to us!
Oh, hey. Emil, you were the one calling me.
Oh, this is a nice scene. I wrote
Weren't
that.
you?
This was a really nice scene in the beginning. It still
You
is, but
still recognize me?
Of course. I knew you right away.
Thank you, Kaine.
Welcome back, Kaine.
Wow, you grew up. So, how long has it been?
5 years.
that's a long time, eh?
Shit. That's a long time. Any luck with Yona?
We are still no closer to finding her. We need a way to locate the Shadow Lord.
By the way, this is for you.
Is that a lunar tear?
It's not as good as your grandmother's, but I tried.
No, it's great. Thank you.
Kaine waking from her long, petrified sleep. Emil's unflagging kindness. Our reunion was a happy one, and we let it wash over us like rain. That is, until Devila and Popola had to go and ruin it all. Are you kidding me? You can't be serious!
Now, knowing they're like not on her side is kind of like, yeah.
Please try to understand. People are tired and scared, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry you have to bear the brunt of that.
This is crap, and
It's okay. We can sleep outside.
no one's sleeping outside. You and Kaine saved this village.
People.
Yeah, let's skip all this stuff. Yeah.
We'll see you later. Sorry about this.
Yeah, I already been through all this. I don't want to skip too much because it's like new stuff, but I think new stuff will come later.
What is the matter?
Kaine always sleeps outside. I never thought about that until just now. Never even occurred to me. Damn it.
We should turn in.
I didn't get much sleep that night. For the first time in my life, I hated Devila. For the first time in my life, I doubted Popola.
But it's funny. Devil gets the hate and Popo's
Those
I
feelings
doubt
are
her a bit.
pointless in the end. They said and did what they did for the sake of the village. To protect it from the horror of the Shades. Really, how can I blame Devila and Popola? In the end, I'm just as bad.
Really artsy, I would say. Like
Because I
with the
never
text in the
once
middle.
stopped to think about Kaine and Emil's situation myself.
A really artsy way to tell a story with like the text in the middle. Jesus Christ, I've been streaming for almost an hour and I have not done anything except for that comment and all that text.
should apologize to Kaine and Emil, but what good would that even do?
I got a fire going, Kaine.
Wait, is that?
That's different.
Fires are weird, aren't they? I'm so happy to get to talk to you again, Kaine.
Yeah, me too.
I tried everything I could think of to save you, you know. I polished you with a special cloth. I poured warm water over you.
Wait, you poured water on me?
He's like, wait, what?
Yeah, but it didn't really do much except make you all shiny.
Hey, Emil. Thanks for saving me.
I guess you noticed how I look different now.
I'm sorry, Emil. I'm sorry for all of it.
Well, I mean, this new form isn't all bad, you know? At least I can look at you when we talk, right? Hey, so why don't you tell me something about yourself?
I'm not very interesting. Sorry.
I mean, you kind of are one of the more interesting persons, though. So,
Come on, I just want to know you better. Please?
Fine. This all happened when I was a kid, before the whole shade possession thing. My body is different. And when the villagers found out about it, they started treating me like a freak. But one person, my grandmother, accepted me just as I was. No matter how bad things got, she gave me the strength to keep going.
She's really special to you, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, hey! That gives me an idea. Since we cured your petrification, we should start looking for a way to cure your possession and my body. I know we can do it if we all work together. Heck, it'll probably be super easy.
Let me guess. More warm water?
Okay.
yes.
Can we just forget I told you about that?
Oh, yawning a lot. I suddenly got like a weird type.
Sleep well?
Sure.
And yet your red eyes tell a different tale. Don't be so hard on yourself, lad.
I need to go see Devila and Popola.
Very well.
We know there's like a diary thing right now, isn't there? Where do I exit that?
I feel
Of course she does.
There's so it should be in here. It said in the house.
What might that be?
It's Mom's diary.
I have not heard you speak much about your mother.
She got the black scrawl and died when I was little.
My apologies for bringing it up.
It's all right. I can barely remember her face anymore. This is the only thing I have left of her. Reading it helps remind me of when we were still a family.
I see.
But the final entries get a little strange.
In what way?
Well, here, take a look.
Say there. Can you not hear me?
Ah, okay. What?
Why are you standing about like a slack-jawed ninny?
Sorry. Felt like I was dreaming
Wait,
or something.
why are we suddenly playing as Papa
Sleeping
NieR?
on one's feet is quite the talent indeed. Come now, there's the door.
Right. Let's go.
Wait, what? Now it's like, oh, now you're playing as Papa NieR. Like, all of a sudden, like, okay, sure. Is that just because they had to put him in, right? Because people wanted him in the game, and I was like, hey, here you go, you can play as him. Okay then. Sure. This is kind of weird. But ah well. Ooh. This is the world of a recycled vessel, created to avoid the destruction of all. Excuse me? Oh, what the fuck does it look like this? What? Did it look like the original game? Is me or does it look like the original game? This is weird. Like, it still looks better, but it's the weird ass filter that makes it look kind of weird. Is it like the filter they used with older games so they didn't look as bad? Pretty cool though, playing as Papa NieR, like Papa NieR. Never played the original, so yeah, this is like a not that wow nostalgic for me, but I get like a lot of people would be like, what? Ooh. How far does... Oh, that's the end, okay. What the hell is a recycled vessel? I'm kinda confused about that. Will there be explained or just something that is... Oh wait, no. Wait, what? Oh no, it ends here, okay. Ow? Eh? I didn't know you could jump down here. My fault. Hey, medicinal herb. Okay, it's just like fight areas. Black Scroll, Lost Destiny, a white book, a false truth. It does look like the old game, doesn't it? They made the fact that Papa NieR existed lore like it's like a alternate dimension that was like lost or something. I don't know. This music is fucking cool though. This is pretty fucking cool, must say. Ow. Got it. Obtain medicinal herb times 3. You reminds you always together. He says into the argument out there. Soldiers of salt calling forth white death. They are legion. These those who plunge the world into darkness. Your legion. White. Oh, those are the yeah. Okay. What? It's like talking about the white fluorination disease, right? Or something akin. I don't know if there's something to do with salt. Your legion. Huh. Soldier of white. Okay. Got him. Take the one-handed sword, Fool's Embrace. Okay. The dragon's carve brought death to the world, delivering into it the power of magic. Okay, so. Wait, we know at the end of Vanguard, it was apparently a corpse, dragon's corpse fell down to the earth. So the reason we can use magic is because of the corpse? Kind of? Okay, so that explains why there's something called magic. Well, maybe they use something of the corpse to like create the technology called magic. Got him! It's weird. It felt just so weird, dude. Yeah, because it's NieR. It's just a really weird version of it. Like, hard to explain. I opened a book and then I got like transported to an alternate world where I'm now playing as Papa NieR. That's his nickname. The black sickness stains the future. The journey to return the soulless vessels. Wait, the black creature stains the future. Now they return to claim the stolen vessel. Okay. It's kind of weird though. It's still NieR Replicant, by the way. Oh, no, I died. I don't exactly get what's going on either, but it's like some... I guess they added this for like the fans who were sad that they couldn't play as Papa NieR. Because the original game, yeah, I don't know, there were like 2 games. In Japan they released NieR Replicant, I think? Or is it... Yeah, in Japan they released NieR Replicant. And in like everywhere else outside of Japan, they released a NieR Gestalt. And NieR Replicant, you played as the brother, which is this game, NieR Replicant. This is a remake of NieR Replicant, but in NieR Gestalt, you played as... it's still the same game, but the difference was just you were in NieR Gestalt, you were the father of the little girl, and in NieR Replicant, you were the brother. So the dialogues were like changed to like accompany the fact that, oh, you're the brother there and you're the father there, you know? But in this one, they only made the remake of the one where you played the brother. And the first time they released it outside of Japan in English as well. And like, a lot of people like, I want to be like Papa NieR, because like, yeah, in West, Papa NieR was more well known. So they put this in. It's like a thing like, oh, now you can play as Papa NieR for a bit in this game. And explain some lore while it's going on, I'm guessing. I think it's like explaining lore of what happened. I'm guessing the white chlorination disease. Is it called a disease? The white chlorination the syndrome? I don't know. Something because the dragon corpse fell down and this caused something to happen so we could use magic and something happened like with a legion or something. I have to brush up. I know a bit about the white chlorination disease, but that's about it. And I know there was like at the end of Dragon Guard, when you were fighting a dragon or a god, it opens up a portal in time and space and falls in modern day Tokyo together with the corpse of a dragon. And that's how we got magic from that corpse of the dragon, I think. Now that's why there's magic in this world, even though it's like the future of the modern world. I don't know. I don't know the details. The details. Is it done? Oh no, I can keep going. And I'm just like speculating, by the way. I'm not 100% sure on the facts. I don't want to like say something and it's wrong. It's like, oh, you're wrong. Like, I don't know, dude. No! Change the kabuki outfit. What is the kabuki outfit? Oh, it's okay. Huh. Is the second one. Is this the second one? I hope I didn't go through the same one because that would suck. The apocalypse divided the world in two. One that knows not day, among which has never seen a night. Okay, so the world got fucked, and it like fucked the axis of the earth. I think, if I understand it correctly, and makes it so that one day only sees day and the other day side only sees night. There's no in between anymore. Well, I guess there's certain parts of the world where it's still in between, but yeah. This dude is strong. Oh no, rules. I can't do the dodges anymore. Awesome. Medicinal herb. I don't need no medicinal herbs. Why? Oh, for healing, I guess, yeah. Black and white, 13 pacts. The vessel forms waver as they cross time and space. What? What the fuck was that about? I had to look all this shit up because it's really confusing. I need to like look in like all those like voice like text things. I need to like look them up next to each other because this is confusing.
It seems we have been shut in.
Music is pretty fucking cool though. Titanium alloy! Still getting materials though.
Seems we have been shut in.
Exactly, Wise. You have seen that very good. Woo! Why was it still alive? Think that's it? Yes, okay. Next area. You brought a chick home with me. Makes a little chirp and follows me around. Just the cutest thing ever. You and I is fucking adorable, by the way. Son of Man has been drowned down. It plays a scream of something inhuman. Okay. It is telling lore, I know that. It's telling like lore of what happened before this game. How the world went to shit. Because it clearly has gone to shit, and it's gonna go to shit again, and again, and again, and again, and apocalypse after apocalypse after apocalypse. First humans died out, then the fake humans die out, then everything dies out, then, and then, no. Yep. Everything will die eventually, but yeah. Got him. Two-handed sword, fool's limit. The sky falls with the dragon. The world ends this day. Oh, okay. Huh. Where is this? Where is this? I don't know about this place. Oh, it looks like gold. What the hell? No. Oh, it survived that? Wow. Oh no, it didn't. Never mind. So weird to be like in a modern like city with clearly like fucked up. I haven't been here yet. Maybe I come in later in the game with young NieR. Brother NieR. That's it. That seems to be it. Nope, one more. That's different. That one's different though. Right, it's fully boosted. Let's see what will happen. It's not really moving, is it? Let's destroy those armored dudes. Kill, 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 kill. Boom, 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 boom. Kinda sad that, you know, they were like originally humans, so they're souls of humans that went corrupt. That what's it called? Like it relapsed. So it's like a gestalt. It's a soul of a human that the shade is a gestalt is a soul of a human that's been separated from the body, and a shade is a gestalt that has been relapsed. I lost reason. And for some reason they try to kill replicants, which are the humans you see in this game. Not real humans. Fake ones. Humans made by humans, I guess. And the only reason they can exist is because the gestalts are there. The gestalt would disappear, they would as well. Complete storyline. The puppet priest collects the accursed praise and polishes the vessels. Bell? Okay. Oh, what the hell? What's this? Oh! Okay. Well, this changed. This might look weird, but it's supposed to look like that. Don't worry. What is weird fucking filter though? What's going on? Do, 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 do. Random fucking boar. What's going on exactly? I'm confused. Oh, there are the enemies. I didn't see them. Is that it? Okay. Not a huge fan of that. It's way too slow. Obtained the samurai outfit. Okay. 4,000 experience points. Obtained 10k. I'm guessing there's gonna be another door. Yeah. But this has to be the last one, like symmetry-wise. Terribly seems to be on this door. Level 33. What level do I am? I don't know. 31. Maybe a little bit more levels then. I'll come back. The last door is 33.
My word.
Something wrong?
I feel as if I've just awoken from a most unpleasant dream.
I know what you mean. That happens to me whenever I read it.
Why did his mother add that, though? Huh. Fool's Lament. 490. Huh. Fool's Embrace. Oh, it's a dragon! Oh, yeah. Hello.
Hey.
Oh, hi. I kind
And
ready.
Yeah, okay.
sorry.
You don't let him be like.
All
Wait, do I still have my quests? No, I don't. I need to get those quests again. Ah. Ah, well. Ugh.
Popola?
Oh,
Look,
stop.
yeah.
Yeah, I will skip most of the dialogue because I already done this stuff.
Oh,
But the bridge.
So, yes, it took. The ferry that should.
Thanks. I feel like I'm really grateful. All right.
And for the love of everything.
Yes, of course. I need to get the last couple of quests, though. Well, not immediately. I can do some story now.
The path above the entrance to the shopping district.
I have like 94% of the quests done, so that's...
excellent to know the canal is finished. Hopefully this puts our days of running all over behind us.
Not really true, but...
The faster we can move, the faster we can save Yona. Let's use it as often as we need.
Let's see here. Okay, she has a quest for me.
Which job should I give?
Oh
Wanna
yeah, I
help
forgot
out
about
with the-
that.
I
No!
wrote down the client's location on your.
Do all the material gathering again! Are you serious? That was so annoying, I should have finished. I'm an idiot.
These tired old bones.
Such an idiot.
Hey, you. Yeah, I'm
That's
So that's why I'm.
sure. I guess it.
One could hardly.
Old.
I'm an idiot. Now I have to collect all that shit again. I need like the more... It's such an annoying quest. I should have finished it in the first place. I didn't think about that. I forgot about finishing it. Well, this time I'm gonna have to finish before I go to the old shrine. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. How late is it actually? I don't think I'm gonna be playing no, because I have to get early. So I'll get go to the library. But next, I wanna finish this. Let's see. I'm gonna finish up the damaged map quest outside. Well, no, I'm gonna get all the materials outside of stream. Can I already go there? I don't think I can go there yet. No, that sucks. Never mind then. Wait, what am I doing? No. This is. Wait, are the statues there already? No, they are not.
What is the purpose of this?
Beats me. This book is pretty beat up.
As a fellow,
Complex? Hey.
it is.
Yeah.
I
Worth it.
Wait, should I have the restored treasure map, or am I? Don't I keep that? Let me look. Give me a sec. Nope, down. Really not. Actually, let me check something. Can I change, like, It's annoying that you can't change the skins inside of the game. You have to get out of the game and... Okay, let's go to the dude down there. What is the quest for me to do now? Oh, no, it wants me to go to the Facade Strange Thing store immediately.
Hey, look who it.
That red.
Hey.
Sure. Apparently, I did a pretty.
Oh, yeah?
Thanks. Anyway.
Desert! Okay. I'm gonna finish it up early because I just get this quest started, see what I need for materials. Oh, I need 3 eggplants, 3 more machine oil, and something else? I can't remember. But yeah, that 3 machine oil is gonna be annoying to get. I already know. That's not gonna be fun.
Hey, can you... And
She's.
Okay. Have 1 machine hull. Okay. Need 2 machine oil. I have enough goat hide and I need 3 eggplant, which is good, but that 2 machine oil is gonna be a pain in the fucking ass. Take a circle around the town. They do well at making a fucking town interesting, don't they? They do make some interesting town structures. This is one of the more interesting towns I have seen ever. With like the height differences and stuff. No, okay. That 2 Machino is gonna be wowzers to get. Can I get those in the before that I can go in the basement? I don't know. Alright, well, let's go to the near village and then save up and stop because my throat's really hurting, like really. Like a lot. Don't want to make it too long of a stream, so yeah, I'm gonna stop here for today. We did all the reading, we did all the heavy things. Now I want to like finish up. Like, I want to get all those side quests done in this playthrough, and then we're gonna go play till the moment that it starts to deviate. But we'll eventually start to deviate from the first playthrough, apparently, so looking forward to that. Yeah, sure. Oh, nice to see like that A there. A got our first ending A. Let's try some stuff out. Okay, wait, give me a second. It's annoying that you can. I don't think you can change your outfits. From here, I have to go back here. You have different ones. You have. What's the bookie? Let's see. Oh, she can change as well. Interesting. Huh? That's weird. Actually, no. It's no. Yeah, okay. Let's change that another time. Let's leave it at this for now. Yeah, let's do that this. That's nice. Didn't do much today on this game. Mostly reading, did some story, did some theorizing, did some fighting. But that's good. That doesn't always have to be like a productive stream. I'm kind of tired today. Like did a lot of stuff today. Streamed a bit before this as well. Both pretty short streams. So in total, I did like almost 3 hours of streaming. So still a good amount. I'm just really tired. Even though I slept pretty good, which is kind of weird. Yeah, either way, thanks for watching. Next time we're gonna be getting into the gist of things, get that side quest running, because I need that last 6%. Once that's done, very nice. I think that's also, I'm not sure if it's the last weapon, but it's one of the weapons I need to get from that quest. You have the damaged map. I'm sure there are some other ones I haven't found yet, but if I really can't find them, I will just look them up, where to find those last quests. But no, thanks for watching and see you guys next time. Bye.